$3.5 trillion US dollars has been passed by the Democratic Budget Committee for the infrastructure that Biden has put forth. Now, how does that affect the dollar, and how do we take advantage of that by trading the cross pairs against the US dollar? We're going to jump right into that right after this. Alrighty, traders, well, I am absolutely not going to get into politics, but what I am going to do is I'm going to take a look and see exactly what's going on right now with the dollar index. How can we take advantage of what's going on in the world right now, specifically here in the US, and how it's affecting the dollar? Well, we're going to go take a look at that. We're going to break down the dollar, but we're also going to go into the cross pairs and take a look at the cross pairs where the opportunity presents itself, because coming next week, opening on Sunday, we have to get ready to rock and roll, to be able to trade these opportunities. And sometimes on Fridays, it really gives us the opportunity to look and reflect on what's happened this week and see how it's positioned us for next week's trading. Now, before I go ahead and do that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why are you waiting? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now, but also smash the like button. That's important for the Google algorithm. Smash the like button so we can get this video out. Also, there's some good information inside the description. Check out the description. I've got some information right there that you're going to be interested in, as well as my trading channel that you may want to go ahead and connect with. All right, I post videos, I post information about trade opportunities. You certainly want to be connected, and that's the way to do it. Go ahead and check out my Telegram account, as well as, of course, the details in the description. Now, let's get into the trading. So the dollar index, what's going on with the dollar right now? And how can we trade it and make some money from this? Well, if you remember a couple of videos that I've posted in the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about dollar weakness. We said there's going to be a short-term rally in the dollar, and then we said we're going to start seeing a turnaround to the downside. Well, that's taking place right now. In the last 24 hours, we've noticed a very big move to the downside in the dollar, and that's created now opportunities on other currency pairs. I've even seen some students that have been following me, even posting and acknowledging the profits that they're generating specifically on the US dollar, the euro US dollar. But let's go ahead and dig into the details right now. I'm going to go to the chart and take a look and see what's going on with the charts. All right, so I've got the dollar index open right here, and so we can see with this big, it is a daily time frame, and we can see that we have this big bearish candle that's gone ahead and taken place today. Now, some traders may not already be on this. Some traders may be waiting for the confirmation. And today is going to give the confirmation of what they need to start doing next week. So when you look at this type of thing, you look at it and you say, okay, a lot of resistance right here that the market's playing against. And we can see that we had a somewhat king's crown here as well. You can see how price moved up and then price moved down here. But then we had this little bit of a drop here that's created a rally off that. And the market did go ahead and take that out and then trade back up again. So at least what we can say is the dollar is going to come back to retest this, but we'll look for the break out of that to the downside. Now, when the market breaks down below that, it's going to chase off to the next level of support, which is down here. Now, very important, traders, as we go ahead and look at this information, we acknowledge that there is going to be a bearish move on the dollar. And if that's going to be the case, then we want to be ready to be able to trade that move. And how will we do it? Well, we'll go to currency pairs like the US dollar, the euro US dollar, or the pound US dollar, and we look for the same sort of confirmation. Are we seeing something that is showing us patterns, showing us opportunity to be able to trade that? Now, this is what I'm going to be doing next week as I look at these currency pairs. And let's go ahead and dig into the details. Okay? So, starting off first, let me go into the pound US dollar. And then I'm going to move to the euro US dollar. So I'm going to go to the pound US dollar right here. And I've got a daily time frame open. Now, the most important thing that you need to understand is the reason why I've got a daily time frame open right here is because this daily time frame shows me a lot of information about what the overall market's going to be doing, right? And then from the overall information, I can then make decisions as I move down to the lower time frames, and I trade a strategy of the lower time frame for some intraday moves. all right, or maybe intra-week moves. Okay, so it could be short-term, it could mid-term type of trading strategies, whatever you choose, whatever you prefer, right? So as we go down to the lower time frame, we'll dig into the details of strategy. But let's go take a look at the opportunity, because remember, Friday is really about finding the opportunity. Then Sunday is where we're really going to start initiating, putting trades in, look for opportunity, and seeing what is our trading plan going to be for that week. So we'll talk about that on Sunday. And if you haven't subscribed, once again, you might want to do that, because I will be posting a video on Sunday where I actually talk about the trade opportunity for that week. So make sure that you are connected so we can go ahead and send that video out on Sunday so you can get ready for the Sunday's trading. Now, back to the charts right here. So here's the opportunity on the pound US dollar. You can see right here we actually had a good setup right here, a beautiful King's Crown setup right here. As the market dropped back down south, went back up, went back down south right here, then rallied up, and it did not quite get to the right tip right here. All right, and so it's gone ahead and dropped right here. But what's important is this candle. All right, this big bullish candle that we've taken right here has gone ahead and actually gone past. Look at this. It looks like it's going to close above the previous open, which has given us a nice bullish engulfing candle, a strong bullish engulfing candle. And so with that being said right here, this says let's start paying attention to the lower time frame and start paying attention to how we can be able to execute trades with the low time frame. So absolutely, the pound US dollar is setting up with a great opportunity for us to go down to the lower time frame and trade that lower time frame. Now I'm going to go down to a 1 hour time frame right here. Let's just take a look here. If I go down to 1 hour, you can see right here, this is that level of support that we found right here. And so if we go deeper into this chart right here, you can see that and this is great. This is what I'm really looking for right here when I look at these lower time frames, right? When I look at the lower time frame, what I've seen here is a strong rally. So guess what? As price comes back and retests these levels of resistance right here, as price comes back and tests level of resistance right here, what are we anticipating? We're anticipating dip. Okay, so this is very important. I want you to pay attention to what I'm going to tell you right now. This is expecting a dip in the market. Now, dip means retracement, means correction. I don't care how you want to go ahead and call it, but it is going to be a bearish move in the short term. And what it does is that bearish move is just setting us up for an opportunity to continue to buy. So if you've ever heard the terms buy low, sell high, this is the type of scenario. We want to buy low, so we're expecting price to move down. And then once price moves down, we're then going to position ourselves to get in. Now we'll talk about the details about exactly how we're initiating trades, because there's different styles of trading. You could be using indicators to be able to get back into the market. You could be using oscillators for looking for oversold conditions to get in. All right, so that's what you do. You look for oversold conditions and then get in on the oversold conditions to be able to take advantage of the big rally. Or you can simply go ahead and use divergence on a smaller time frame, look for some small divergence. You could also go ahead and use a strategy which I like a lot, which is called a cost averaging strategy, which means that you enter at certain levels and you continue to build up your positions until the market actually takes off. All right, and that is considering that you're definitely convinced that price is going to move up. All right, so we're speculating. Remember, speculation. We're speculating price is going to move up, so which means that the dollar is going to lose value against the pound. Pound's going to rally because of the weakness that we've seen in the dollar. That's important. Now let's go back over here, back to the charts, and we can see right here. So if we're expecting price to move down, we're going to look for levels where we want to go ahead and get in. Now, whether you're using indicators or you're using oscillators, or you're just basically trading price action, we're going to be looking for the dip first. So Sunday might not be the perfect time to get into the market. And if we do have a little rally, don't get confused by that rally. The best time to trade this will probably be later in the week, about a Wednesday, maybe even the Thursday. But we want to see price move down a little bit down before getting in. Now, if you want to stay connected with me, make sure you go ahead and check out the description. There's my Telegram account, and I will be posting information about this trade. Make sure you are connected. All right. Now, this is the pound US dollar. And I'm not going to go through all the crosses today, but I'm just showing you the opportunities that are here that we need to pay attention to. And let's go ahead and take a look at now the Euro US dollar right here. All right. Now I'm going to go back to the daily time frame. I always go to the daily time frame. So for those that follow me, they will know that I always move to the daily time frame first. Listen here. Take a look at this opportunity right here. This opportunity has to be eye-opener, a huge eye-opener right here. Because not only have we come back down to support level, but we've seen this beautiful setup right here where price is actually testing that trend line. And now that we've tested that trend line, we're looking for price to continue. There's definitely divergence in this on the daily time frame. So divergence is also an indication that we're going to see a change in the price action because the oscillator has already gone bullish and price has to now follow. And price is a little lagging behind the oscillator. So oscillators are normally indication of momentum. And so if we're starting to see momentum already moving bullish, but price hasn't done that yet, it's a good sign of a divergence setup, which gives us the indication that price is going to follow, and we're starting to see that right now. So this is great news. Now, the same thing like we're seeing here on the Euro US dollar would apply to going down to a lower time frame just as we did on the pound US dollar. Let's take a look and see what it looks like on the 1 hour time frame so we can get a little feel of what that looks like. Wow, this is great. Check this out. So I like this play and I like it a lot, but we may not be making as much money on this pair as we would be on the pound US dollar. In fact, if I look at the two, the pound US dollar may seem like a better opportunity, a much bigger opportunity. And I'm going to explain to you why that is. The reason why is because if you have ever seen or studied a little bit on Elliott wave, you know that the market moves in 5-wave sequences, right? Especially what they call an impulse wave. An impulse wave has 5 mode waves, which means that the market moves with a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And once it's completed the 5th wave, then we go into what we call a 3-wave correction move. All right? And with a 3-wave correction move, we then anticipate price to go ahead and correct in a 3-wave sequence. And there's different ways it can correct, but they can correct in a 3-wave sequence and then take off again. The focus that you need to focus in on right now is not the corrective move, is more importantly, the actual impulse move. Let's go back to the chart right here and take a look. Okay? Now, if you look over here, you remember the pound? The pound had one big straight move like this, right? And the Euro US dollar is not doing that. The Euro US dollar rallied, but then it came back down here, and now it's rallied again. So if you go ahead and look at the details on this, what are you seeing? You're seeing that the Euro US dollar has actually got a wave 1 right here, wave 2, wave 3. And so, for those that don't know, wave 3 offers the biggest opportunity. All right, wave 3 is the biggest opportunity. Now, the pound has only gone into a wave 1, which means that we're now going to look for that wave 2 correction, right? And the euro is going to go into a wave 4 correction, all right? And so if the euro is going to go into a wave 4 correction, that means that this might be a little range bound. But if we actually see the market eventually break out, it's going to go to a 5th wave, and the 5th wave is normally a very shallow rally. It's not a very big rally. In fact, if you understand Elliott, you understand that the wave 1 is almost in anticipation of what wave 5 can be. So if we find the lowest point of wave 4, we can anticipate where wave 5 is going to be by looking how far wave 1, how many pips did wave 1 create, will equal to how many pips the wave 5 would go create, right? And there's a little secret, and I'll explain that in one of my other videos, how you can actually anticipate by anticipating where you think wave 5 is going to be based on the wave structure. You can actually work out the pip range of wave 1 and determine what the retracement is going to be, or where we find the retracement on wave 4 that can give you even buying opportunities. And I'll certainly go ahead and put a video on that, and I'll share that with you as soon as I'm ready with that. But there's a little secret on how to be able to determine that. Now, going back right here, if we look at this right here, the opportunity on the Euro US dollar is greater for us because the Euro US dollar might go into a correction move, And then when it does rally, it may only equal into this amount of pips. But the great thing about the wave 2 retracement on the pound is that this is going to be the third wave. And again, the third wave is the longest and strongest wave. That's where most of the profits are in the third wave. And so the third wave is where you want to start getting in. So when you break this down into opportunities based on looking at the dollar index weakening, then going into the cross pairs, looking at the euro US dollar as well as the pound US dollar, and then evaluating them looking at the lower time frame, which pair offers us the best opportunity for next week trading. And so if I compare those two, the pound US dollar by far wins out, because now we're going to go into correction. Once we've done the correction, we're looking at a third wave, which is the longest and strongest wave on the pound US dollar. Now that's for those traders that are like, well, you know what, I'm just trying to figure out one pair to go ahead and trade. Then the pound US dollar might be that. But for those traders that say, hey man, I've got enough capital to be able to ride any trade and all the trades against the dollar, then you certainly go ahead and break it down and find the best way to enter the market. Traders, I hope that set you up with some great information. Once again, check out the description, smash the like button, and subscribe. Share this video as well. Share it on all your social media. Love to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.